Fellas, ladies, hope you're having an amazing day, boys. I hope you're crushing it. Me and my one-on-one students crushed it today. We made money. And I had quite a few people reaching out to me, and I always ask people the same question when they're interested in one-on-one trading or they're interested in day trading in general. I always ask these three questions first because these are the three things that all of my one-on-one students, the ones who are like super successful, these are the three things that they have in common, okay? Now I want to be very clear here, guys. Make sure you read the disclaimer here. Day trading is not a get-rich-quick scheme, okay? This is a long-term game, but you're going to need these three things. Consider these three things before jumping into day trading. So number one, first and foremost, I've back tested over 1,400 plus trades, guys. So when I went to back test all of these trades right here, one of the things that I wanted to back test was time of day. What time of day is best? Because it's one of the most commonly questions that I get. What time of the day is best? Can I trade at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning? Can I trade in the evening? Can I trade at 2, 3, 4? So after tracking 1,400 plus breakout trades, this time frame right here is the best time frame, bar none, with all the data that I have to trade. 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. every single day. You're going to get the highest risk to reward setups, so you can go for big 50, 100% moves, and also you have great setups in there that have a very high win rate where you can go for quick base hits as well. For my one-on-one students, I require them to be available at least 1 to 2 hours in that time frame. You don't need to be available during the entire time frame. You don't need to trade for the entire 4 hours. And real keynote here, if you really want to be super efficient, from 8 a.m. to about 9:30, you can get some phenomenal setups. You can pick that time frame, or from 9:30 a.m. all the way to 11, you can get some really good setups during that time frame as well. So if you wanted to pick like an hour and a half earlier in the day, you could go 8 to 9:30, or you can go from 9:30 a.m. to 11. I promise you, it doesn't matter which one you pick. Both of those time frames are phenomenal, and that's when I personally live trade with all of my students. Now, in order to make trading really worth it, guys, what I found, you really need to be available at least 2 to 3 times per week. So another common question that I get is like, Andrew, what's the best day of the week to trade? Is it Monday? Is it Tuesday? Is it Wednesday? Is it Thursday? Or is it Friday, right? What days of the week do I need to be available? I want to be very clear here. Again, I've tracked over 1,400 plus trades. I didn't cherry pick alerts. I went through every single breakout every single day because I'm at the computer anyway, so I might as well track the data. And when I tell you, there is not much of a difference between Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday. There's not. There's small differences between each day. So if you wanted to pick which day was the best, currently right now, Thursday is slightly leading the way, but just ever so slightly. And a lot of people try to tell you that Friday is a bad day. Friday is not a bad day. What they mean to say is Friday is a slower day. So you can have less breakouts on Friday, but actually, win rate is actually in second place for Friday. If you were going to skip any day, you should skip Wednesday. Wednesday is currently right now the lowest win rate. You typically get the least setups on that day. Well, Friday you get the least setups, but like Wednesday, like the least amount of great setups on Wednesday. So if you were going to skip any day, I would skip Wednesday. If I could only do 2 to 3 times per week, I would probably pick Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Because you can take Friday off, you have your hump day off, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. That is a great schedule. You can do that on a long enough time horizon. And remember, guys, you want to make this a long-term habit, right? Okay, number 2, you also should have access to a laptop or a PC. So many people ask me, Andrew, can I trade from the phone? And I never recommend it, all right? Because you got to think about trading, you're competing against other traders, right? So if you're on your phone, in order to hit the buy button and put in an order, you're going to have to press 2 to 3 buttons, okay? If you're competing against me and I'm on the laptop or I'm on the PC, I can get in and I can get out with one click of a button. So while you can do it, I would really highly recommend you get you a laptop or a PC. And when it comes to a laptop, if you don't currently have a laptop, the only thing that I would recommend is you get a screen that's at least 14 inches and you avoid Chromebooks and you avoid tablets, all right? Because on Chromebooks, you won't be able to download Webull Desktop. Webull is the platform that I trade on. So if you were going to become a one-on-one student of mine, you just have to avoid tablets and you have to avoid Chromebooks. Any type of laptop with a 14-inch screen is going to be pretty damn good. And I would stay away from like the laptops that are like cheaper than $200. If you can go like $300 to $500 budget, you got some really solid laptops that can get the job done for you. PC is best if you got access to the PC, right? So now we're available 2 to 3 times per week. By the way, my best students are typically available 4 to 5 times per week. So if you can show up 4 to 5 times per week, you're going to get even better results. The more you can show up, the better it is. You're available between 8 a.m. till 12 p.m., right? Okay, great. You have access to a laptop or a PC. Now the third one and the final one is very important. All of my great one-on-one students have very realistic expectations. They do not come to me assuming they're going to turn $100 into $100,000. Right? These are smart people. They know that like $100 to $100,000 or some crazy thing like that, it just doesn't exist. Now, while I have had some students who have doubled their portfolio in a couple of weeks while working with me, it's never typical, right? You can catch some big runners in the market and you can double your portfolio in a short amount of time. But realistically, I always have a personal goal to grow my portfolio about 15 to 30% per month. Now, I want to be very clear here, guys. Make sure you read this disclaimer because it's very, very important. My results are not typical. My one-on-one students' results are not typical. This is just my personal standard. Now, if we come over here and we just do a little bit of math. If you are starting with a $1,000 portfolio, guys, you may be saying, okay, what's 15% of that? If you're starting off with $1,000, 15% is only $150. And if you grew it by 30%, it would be $300. So in the beginning, it's going to seem like it's not worth it until you grow that month over month. You do that for 6 months straight, and then you do that for 12 months straight. And here's the key. All of my one-on-one students, they also add money to their portfolio as they go. So every single month, they have their finances in order. They have a bit of money on the side so they can add money to their portfolio every single month. Because the goal of trading is to take the money that you're already making from your job and that side money that you have saved and help make that grow over time. And then eventually, once you get up to around $10,000 to $20,000 is when day trading gets very, very fun. So if you're watching this video and you have like 10 to 20K sitting around, guys, that's when trading can get really fun. Because now, like for example, if you go in on a 10K position and you just get 5%, that's $500. And you can make that damn near almost per day. Again, guys, my results are not typical. My one-on-one students' results are not typical. But that's when it really starts to get fun, and that's when it can become life-changing for a lot of people. So even if you're starting off slow, your job is to get up to 10 to 20K over time, over 6 months, over 12 months. Learn the skill. Learn how to grow your portfolio about 15 to 30%. That way, when you get up here to 10 to 20K and you start growing about 15 to 30%, now it's life-changing money. Now you're making an additional 3, 4, 5, 6, and possibly getting up all the way to $10,000 per month, all right? So those are the 3 things that you need in order to start day trading. Please consider those, guys. If you guys are interested in being trained by me one-on-one, take my 6-week challenge. You can send me a message on Facebook, say day trading, and I'll see if you're a good fit. With that being said, that's all I got for you. Deuces.